Hello parents, my name is Dana Strand and I'm the 8th grade counselor at Liberty Middle School. This is a presentation that hopefully will help shed some light on high school registration and give you some background and some resources to help your child make the decisions that are good for them for their high school experience. The first and most important piece of information that I want to share with you is how to access our program of studies. Program of Studies is a course catalog for all the courses that are offered for 9th through 12th graders in West Fargo Public Schools. So if we go to the West Fargo Public School website, and from there we're going to go to Schools. And once we're at Schools, we're going to go to Cheyenne High School. And over here under Student Information, the second from the bottom lists the Program of Studies. As I mentioned, this is the document that lists all of the courses that are offered for students 9 through 12. And we have some table of contents, and it gives us other important information such as the graduation requirements, which I'll be going over momentarily, talks about student athletes, and then it gives us some information as we help your child choose the electives that would be best for them and their goals for the future. So if we go back to our presentation and we'll talk quickly about graduation requirements. Students that graduate from West Fargo Public Schools are required to have 23 credits for graduation. A full credit is awarded for classes that are full year long, so 2 semesters equals 1 credit, and half the year equals half a credit. So if we look at our required courses, we see that English is 4 credits, so that is required that your student take an English class all 4 years that they're enrolled in high school. Health is only a half a credit, so that would be a half the year, 1 semester. Most students do this their freshman year. Then we have math, 3 credits of math, and some of your children may already actually be enrolled in Algebra 1, so when they get to the high school, they'll already have a high school credit. Then we have physical education, 0.5 credits per year, so half a credit each year, 1 semester each year. There are opportunities for students to take physical education in summer school after their freshman year, so once they've completed a full year of high school, then summer school is an option for them. Then we have 3 credits of science, and beyond that, social studies. There are 3.5 credits of social studies, and they're pretty much locked down for when you take these credits. There are some exceptions, opportunities for students to take AP or advanced or dual credit social studies courses at a higher level if they're ready to challenge themselves. So that equals 16 required classes, and then the rest are elective classes. And there's definitely a wide variety of opportunities for students in the West Fargo Public Schools as far as electives are concerned. So we have foreign languages and band, orchestra, choir. There's lots of very exciting career technical education classes, health careers, aviation tech, rec engines, a wide variety of ways for students to explore things that they are interested in while they are in high school. Looking at the schedule for Cheyenne High, our freshman students are not allowed to have an early bird class. So they would actually be starting, if we look at this schedule, they'd be starting period 2 at 8:20. And they would be expected to go all the way through 8th period, which ends at 3:13. Thinking about that, they are required to take at least 6 classes and be in the school for 7 periods. So if a student would like to take a study hall, then they would be taking 6. If you make the decision and your child has been successful in school and is ready to challenge himself and take all 7 periods, then they would be going, as I mentioned, from 9:20 to 3:13. So looking at the 4-year planning, and we'll just for right now stay over here with the 9th grade. Your child will be taking English, math, science all year, those classes last all year, and then half the year of World Geo, half the year of Health, and then half the year of PE. And then depending on whether they want to take a study hall or not, if they're interested in a study hall, they have 1.5 electives to choose from, and if they are not interested in taking a study hall, then they have 2.5 classes worth of electives. And as you can see, as your child goes from 9th to 12th, 9th to 10th, and 10th to 11th, and then definitely in 12th grade, the opportunities for taking those electives definitely increases. As I mentioned, if your child is currently in Algebra 1, they have completed that math requirement, so technically after 10th grade they'll have met all of the requirements for math, and their opportunities for elective definitely open up. It is important, though, if your child is planning on attending college, that they continue to take math, at least a semester of math each of the subsequent years, because we don't want students to forget their math. We want them to have a strong background. We want them to be confident when they enter into higher education. There are also great opportunities for dual credit and advanced placement in math, so that they can be earning college credit while they're still in high school, not just in math, but in other areas as well. On the registration paperwork that was sent home with your child, there is a list of the electives that are offered for freshmen, and I would suggest looking them up in the program studies and talking to your child about their tour and what they saw and what they were interested in. And if you have any questions or trying to make decisions, please let the counselors know. The other thing to be aware of is the MTSS, which stands for the Multi-Tiered Support System. It is very important for the West Fargo Public Schools that the students that are graduating are strong in math and reading, and because of that, if your child is struggles in those areas, they may be asked to spend some extra time and have some extra classes, and those decisions are decided based on testing and teacher recommendation. And there is an MTSS coach at the high school that will contact you during the summer to let you know if your child needs some extra attention in either math or science. Other things to think about and consider, I'm just going to go over quickly: AP versus dual credit, really quickly touch on the North Dakota Scholarship, the STEM pathway, and the NCAA requirements. Mostly this is just information of where to go to find this, more about this. The first thing, AP versus dual credit, these are both great opportunities for your child to earn college credit while they're still in high school. AP stands for Advanced Placement, and this is a set of curriculum provided to the school that is definitely a rigorous curriculum, and your child could earn college credit based on their score on a national test. There is a fee required to take the test, and different colleges require different scores as far as whether or not they're going to accept that class as college credit. Students can take the class and not take the test. It still is a weighted class and looks wonderful on transcripts if your child is successful in it, and it shows that they're committed and ready to challenge themselves. The other opportunity is dual credit. So this is college credit, where a student earns high school and credit at NDSCS, and this is a credit that's easily transferable to the North Dakota State Colleges and other colleges as well. The grade that your child gets in the class is the grade that goes on both their high school transcript and their college transcript as well. There is a reduced rate for the college credit. It's about half of. And once again, they can take the class and not take it for the college credit. This decision, however, needs to be made within the first week of the college class. They can't kind of be in the class and see how things go and then change their mind and then take it for college credit. It needs to be decided, as I mentioned, within the first week. For both the AP and the dual credit, there is a chance that your child may need to retake that class once they get into college, especially if it's a class that's required for their major. Colleges like to have their teachers and their methods, especially if it's part of the major. The next thing to consider is the North Dakota State Scholarship. This is for students who are planning on attending a North Dakota college or university. There are two kind of paths that the scholarship has, and I'm going to go to the brochure. So as you may have seen, it's $6,000 with a payment of $750 per semester. And here is a list of the colleges that are currently accepting it. As you can see, there are both 2-year and 4-year colleges. Some of them are private colleges like the University of Mary, and so lots of opportunities to use this. As I mentioned, there are 2 ways to get the scholarship. There's the academic scholarship and there's the career and tech ed scholarship. The academic side is a little more rigorous as far as the fact that it requires an AP or a dual credit class. The tech ed is geared more towards a technical trade such as rec engines or health careers, where there's a coordinated plan of study that your child would need to make sure that they have the credits within that, and their counselor would be able to help them solidify their schedule as they get a little older and make sure they get those credits. There's also some requirements as far as ACT scores and testing, and this is a really helpful brochure. So if you need help accessing this or finding this, please let us know and we can get you a copy. The next thing to briefly mention is STEM, and STEM, once the students get to the high school, STEM really truly becomes about that acronym, focusing on the careers that are involved: science, technology, engineering, and math. And it's if your child is interested in any of those areas, then it's important that they consider being part of this pathway. A great aspect of STEM is that it helps students organize their projects into a portfolio, and in addition, their senior year, they're part of an internship class where they get an opportunity to try out a career and see if that's really what they are passionate about, and give them a chance to make some connections within the community. So very cool stuff as far as for students that are interested in engineering, science, technology, engineering, or math. The last thing that I want to mention is student athletes. If your child, I know it's far off in the fact that they're just entering high school, but the NCAA has some specific requirements of their student athletes, and I'm going to go to the program of study so I can just show you where it is. It's on page 9, and the main thing to pay attention to in looking at this is that they do have requirements as far as GPA and courses that your child takes. So if your child is thinking that they want to continue in athletics and be an athlete when they get to college, it's important, even as a freshman, to really take their grades seriously and really make sure they're in the right classes, which is important for everybody. So that brings us to the conclusion of our presentation today. Please make sure that if you have any questions or concerns that you contact us, and if it's something that we can answer at the middle school, we'll be sure to answer it. Otherwise, we will get you in touch with the right people at the high school. We really want to make sure that this is a positive experience and that your student feels comfortable as they transition to the high school. Thank you.